For me, travel has always been one of my biggest inspirations. I think you can probably tell by my videos, but I do post a lot of videos about me in different places, looking at different things, seeing different things, and I think it's one of the things that has really piqued my interest in photography and videography and other things like that. I think seeing unique places, especially with my friends, homies, close ones, or sharing that with someone else is one of the best things, if not one of the most enjoyable things in life. And I just think it's really, really fun, really, really rewarding, and it makes you realize kind of how small you are in this world. So travel has always been special to me. I always like travel. I want to travel more. I want to see a lot more different places, and we're only just getting started, right? So, adding on to that note, I guess, there's something peculiar about campsites as well. It's a very different vibe when you're out camping, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, a lot of you guys can share that kind of feeling, because a lot of you guys have probably experienced it before. But I never went camping personally with my family a lot. Most of my camping experiences have been with friends, or just like, yeah, pretty much with friends. And that's how I really grew to love and enjoy camping. Even though I personally am not too big of a hands-down, hands-on type of person, or like a nitty and gritty type of person, that sort of thing, I still really love nature and everything that nature kind of brings. So that's another thing I think is pretty cool, because campsites and kind of the feeling of camping is very similar and very shared regardless of which campsite you're at. Obviously there's going to be some differences and stuff like that, but it still feels like you're camping, and you could be camping on a different side of the world, you know what I mean? It shares that similar feeling of being engulfed in nature and just spending time away from the city elsewhere. So the campsite we're staying here is one that was really close to the Grand Canyon. We got there late at night on the first day and had managed to set up our tent and stuff like that in the middle of the darkness with flashlights and whatnot. It was relatively miserable because we had to shovel a lot of snow out to set up the tents, because if you're just sleeping on snow, it's gonna get wet and all that stuff. It's just uncomfortable. And this was probably one of the coldest situations, if not the coldest, that I've ever camped in. Temperatures got as low as 20 degrees, 10 degrees at night. And this is just something I'm not used to. I know some of you guys are probably camped in much lower temperatures, much lower degrees, or probably live in much lower degrees, but that was freaking cold for me. Something I was not used to, and I thought I was prepared for it, but I guess not. But regardless, we made it through the nights, we survived, and it was really fun, especially in the mornings because it gets warmer, maybe 10 or 20 degrees warmer, and then you're just out there enjoying the campsite, enjoying the fire, enjoying the company with other people. And it's really, really nice because, especially if you have a campsite that is isolated, there's not a lot of people around you, which is probably my more ideal scenario. You can just mind your own business, I guess. How do I explain it? You and your friends can just do your thing. So the campsite we had was pretty much like that, and it was really nice because we were isolated. We had a lot of space to ourselves, and we could just wake up, make breakfast, talk, hang out, drink, etc., etc. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you enjoy camping, or you like camping, or you've seen or want to go camping a lot, it's just really relaxing. Like, it's just not the same if you set up a bonfire in the middle of the city. So a lot of these pictures I took with the X100v just because it's probably the most convenient camera for me to use, especially how small it is. But I did take a few of these with the X-T4, which was a lot of fun. I think playing around with the 16 to 55 allowed me to capture a lot of shots that I wouldn't usually have gotten. And for the most part, the lighting and stuff like that came out really, really well. Because it was very bright and very harsh lighting, I think it really reflected off the snow really well, because then the snow kind of just looks like overblown highlights. And this is something I thought was kind of a cool effect. I know a lot of people might not appreciate that look, but I think because I exposed for the midtones, it came out really, really well. So it's just a different scenery, a different look, a different view, and that's what I think is the most fun part about photography, is just taking pictures in different places and different areas, because you can take the same shot 1,000 times, but if the location is different, the scenery is different, it looks completely different. And that's one of the more fun part, especially with portraits and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't entirely know what I was planning on talking about with this video, but I guess I just wanted to share my feeling of camping and traveling and stuff like that, and how enjoyable it was. But if you guys like this video, please do like the video, subscribe to this channel. This is probably, I think, the third video of the Grand Canyon trip series. We might have one more. I have to go check and edit those pictures and see. But yeah, hopefully you found those pictures enjoyable. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video. Peace.